Okay, well, I wanted to show you real quick our Goal Zero setup. Here is the 100-watt briefcase panel. I got that set up to a 30-foot extension cord. And it's like noon, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock on Easter weekend, so it's not the highest sun in the world. But if I come in here to the battery, you probably might have a hard time seeing this, but I'm getting 60 watts input out of that sun right now. So that's pretty cool. The battery is currently at 77%, and I'm getting 60 watts input. I think that'll work for us. Be interesting to see how long this charges. It's let's time it. I'm at 11:31 right now. It's about, we put them out at 11:31. There's a 30. I've got a 30-foot extension cord for them, and they're coming up here to the Goal Zero 1450, and it's currently at 78. It's inputting 63 watts, and I'm up to 78%. So I've gained a percent in 20 minutes. So we'll see what this does. But it's interesting. There's an input of 63 watts. So what that's telling me is my phone, for example, takes maybe 10 watts when it's plugged in. So if I've got an input of 60 watts or 63 watts, we'll just say 60 watts for ease of explanation. So if I'm at 60 watts input, and my phone's drawing, we'll say 10 watts. Now I'm using 10, but I'm still putting in 50 watts of charge. So I'm still to the good on charge. So, and it's, it's not even lunchtime in early spring. It's still the end of March here in Pennsylvania, so it's not the highest sun in the world. It is a pretty brilliant sunshine today. No clouds. We're kind of blue sky. So they're certainly getting the sun, but that's kind of unique. I like it. It's, I think it's going to be a good setup for us. I can see, we can always daisy chain a second 100-watt panel to it, but I don't know that we're going to need to. And the reason for that is the reason we're not. I don't think we're going to need a second panel, and 100-watt will be sufficient. Is that we're not living in it. It's a weekend vehicle. B, this thing has 105 ampere hours, and that's after I take the 80% efficiency into account. So it's actually more than that per the paperwork, but after you take, whittle it down to 80% efficiency, now you're down to 105 ampere hours. Well, my phone's 10 watts. The Dometic refrigerator we got, on paper anyway, I haven't really fully tested it yet, but on paper it's saying 50 watts to 70 watts, somewhere in that range. But even at that, it's March and I'm getting a spring sunshine, not even at the highest point of the day, and I'm drawing in 60 watts. So I'm almost, let's say between my phone and the refrigerator, I've almost negated, I'm not taking in any charge at that point, but I'm not really using the battery at that point either. So I have all of that wattage it's having zero effect on the battery, and the battery would stay at 100% charge on a nice day. And the fact that we're using it for a weekend getaway vehicle, the chances of us, being multiple days in terrible weather really are pretty slim. So, I'm kind of looking at it from that respect. Another thing I wanted to talk about with the solar system is we went with the briefcase solar panels for a reason versus putting them up on the roof the vehicle like everybody else does in most of the van build series I see. But yeah, I got to thinking, if it's really hot, I don't know that I want to park this van in the middle of the sunlight in order to get sun on my solar panels. You know, I want to be able to park the van under a tree or in some shady spot and use an extension cord to bring the panel out to the sun and have it take the heat of the sun while we're in the shade, you know, using our equipment. So you know, that's kind of why we went with the briefcase panels, and panels I can bring away from the van versus them putting them up on the top of the van on some kind of rack or something like that. So yeah, I'm kind of happy with the decision that we made. Again, we can always piggyback a second briefcase, a second 100-watt panel. I think you can piggyback 3 or 4 together, but I don't ever see us needing really more than 2 for what we'll use it for. And the fact that I can bring them out and adjust them to the sun throughout the day, I think is really key versus parking this right under direct sunlight. There'll be those times where we don't have shade, and oh well, you know, yeah, we're going to be parked in direct sunlight. But if I have my option, I'm parking that thing in the shade, and I'm parking, you know, and I'm going to park these out in the sun. Let these take the heat. And we'll go from there. But it seems to serve our needs. I did hook up, one of the things that's really important to me is smoothies. Being somebody who is primarily a vegan, I like my smoothies. So I wanted to be able to bring a blender into here, and I hooked up a NutriBullet to this, and it draws about 500 watts, and it's not as though we're going to be running that forever. So that was really important, that, you know, while we're on the road, that we're constantly looking for places to eat and stuff that I can eat. And the NutriBullet for us, I thought, was really good. I did try to run an induction cooker on there, and that just took it to its max. So I'm going to stay away from induction with this unit. But I like the fact that it's all in one. The MPPT charge controller is in there. I can plug it into shore power. I've got my 1500 watt inverter in there. I've got my 12 volt inputs in there, just in one unit. And the fact that it's like 50 pounds, it's perfect for us. So I kind of really like it, and I'll save everybody from a full review on it. Maybe someday we'll do it when we're actually out in the field using it. But for now, that's going to be our power setup. So I hope this was informative for you. This is kind of going to be our power setup. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave some comments. If you don't like the video, say you don't like the video. We've gotten a couple of those, oh well. But subscribe to the channel. If you leave a comment, I will make every attempt in the next 48 hours or so to respond to that comment. Or if we have enough about a topic, I'll do a video on that. So yeah, I guess that's it. Subscribe, like, and share the video if you could, and we'll see you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.